Good morning. My students asked me this morning to help them with subtracting mixed numbers with unlike denominators. So we are going to start working with two unlike denominators. The first thing we will have to do is we will have to rewrite our problem. 6 3/5 minus 1 9/10. Now we know that if there are unlike denominators, if the denominators are different, we need to find a common denominator. And we do that with our chant, times blank equals blank. And we look at each of these denominators and we try to find the smallest number that goes in to both of them. So we look at and we kind of can see that the 5 will go into the 10, so we can use 10 as a common denominator. We know that 5 times something equals 10, and 5 times 2 equals 10, so we can write 2 on both the top and bottom, and then 10 times 1 equals 10. Now all we have to do is fill in the blanks on the top sections and multiply straight across. 3 times 2 equals 6. 9 times 1 equals 9. Now we have to look and see and always, always, always follow the BBB rule. That's the bigger, bottom, borrow rule. And if our bigger number is on the bottom, we absolutely must borrow. So what are we going to borrow from? We're going to have to go back to these whole numbers. And we're going to, like a subtraction problem, we're going to borrow 1 whole from 6. So we're going to take that and turn that into a 5. And we're going to add 1 whole onto this section. 1 whole would be 10/10. And we choose that whole number because we are using this denominator. So we're going to make sure that we use 1 whole is 10/10. So we're going to add this across, and keeping in mind that we do not add the common denominators together. We just bring them across, but we do add the top. So 10 plus 6 is 16. Now all we have to do is pull the bottom number, because we're not doing anything to it, and we are going to just pull that over here. Now we've done so much work here, but we still cannot forget that we are really subtracting. So now we can take this number and put it into the basement with the common denominator being on the bottom, and 16 minus 9 is 7. And I always ask the students at this point, are we finished? And the students should be able to tell you absolutely not, because we haven't subtracted our whole numbers here. So 5 minus 1 is 4. So our answer to this problem is 4 7/10. I hope so.